Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us in today's webinar. My name is Regine, and I will be the main speaker for today. So today, I want to discuss an essential aspect of organizations' growth and stability. How you could potentially unlock workforce potential by transforming talent development through the lens of HRIQ. Without further ado, I'll begin today's agenda. For today's agenda, I'll be giving an introduction about who IQ Dynamics is, what HRIQ is all about, and what we will be discussing is the succession planning. What is succession planning? Why does it matter? And also, what are some of the critical roles HR plays in ensuring its success? A little introduction about ourselves. We are a full local support team, and are in the business for about 30 years now. So we are ISO 27001 certified organization, where we have internal compliance team as well as the infrastructure team to actually manage the internal process of data security and processes in place to make sure that we handle our customers' data properly. We have to date over 1,000 people using HRIQ across the world, and we pay special emphasis on the cloud and security. So we have a dedicated team of infrastructure engineers that handles our customers' cloud security processes on a daily basis. So we put together monitoring tools to make sure that our customers' data are very well secured, hosted with us. The entire team of IQ Dynamics here, we specialize in mainly providing human capital management solutions to our clients. HRIQ is an all-in-one human capital management solution that covers two different HR spectrum. One being the HR core, where it handles all your day-to-day HR transactions, your leave and benefits, as well as payroll. We also handle things like time attendance, as well as compliance tracking. Another portion, we also pride ourselves to handle the talent development area. It has got very comprehensive functionalities to help manage the performance appraisal, the onboarding process, training and development, things like recruitment, all within a single suite. And today, we are mainly focusing on the topic of talent development as well as succession planning, which focuses mainly on the three key areas in the talent pillars. So performance appraisal, talent succession planning, as well as training and development. So to begin, what is succession planning? Succession planning is a strategic process which an organizations prepare for the future by identifying and developing internal talent to fill key roles when they become vacant. It's not just about filling up positions when people leave. It's about planning for leadership continuity, ensuring that the organization can continue to thrive even through transitions. Succession planning includes identifying critical roles, determining high potential employees, and creating development plans that equips these employees to take on greater role responsibilities in the future. In the past, for this process, it has always been a bit more reactive, where companies would only focus on filling up top leadership positions as they arises. However, in recent years, the more modern approach is shifting towards being a more proactive and dynamic strategy. Today, organizations are also focusing on building agility and continuously identifying and developing top talents across all the levels. This approach ensures that we are not only looking at leaders that are ready to step up into the C-suite, but also have skilled individuals who are prepared to take on any roles that becomes available. It's about creating a pipeline of talent that is always nurtured and ready so that we can respond to changes swiftly and quickly. So why does it matter? Succession planning is actually crucial for three primary reasons: leadership continuity and minimizing disruptions. When key leadership roles suddenly become vacant, the organizations can then experience some operational slowness or maybe sometimes loss of direction. A strong succession plan ensures that leadership continuity is maintained. Even in the face of sudden transitions, the people in the organizations are well prepared and can step into crucial roles and prevent any disruptions, keeping the company moving forward. It also supports organization agility and growth. A robust succession plan also ensures organization agility. Having a pipeline of leaders then that are ready to take on new challenges enables the organization to stay competitive and enables the organizations to stay competitive when the business needs evolve. As the market always change pretty quickly, businesses needs to pivot quickly so that and that makes the succession planning helpful for them to prepare leaders to handle any emerging challenges. Next, it also helps to boost the employee retention and engagement. When employees sees a clear path for career advancement, they feel more engaged and committed. Succession planning helps organizations foster a culture for growth and opportunity, which in turn then boosts employees' retention. So in top talent, so the top talents are likely to be more to stay with the company that offers a clear roadmap for development and growth. So what is HR's role in succession planning in this case? HR's roles in succession planning and leadership development extends more than just administrative tasks. It is also a strategic and integral to the long-term success of the organizations. So here are four key responsibilities that HR must take on to ensure a successful um, leadership development process. Firstly, identifying crucial roles. So HR must work with leaders to identify not only executive positions but also um, to identify other critical technical roles that have direct impact to organization success. These roles are the ones that, if ever left vacant, it could potentially cause disruptions to the business operations. So therefore, by leveraging on performance data and the skills assessment of these crucial roles, HR then can pinpoint these positions and also ensure that there is always succession planning in place for these important roles, not just for the C-suite level top leadership roles. Next is to identify high potential employees. One of HR responsibilities is also to identify high potential employees who demonstrate the drive and skills and also the qualities that's needed to assume leadership positions in the future. So this involves a combination of quantitative performance metrics and qualitative assessments, such as manager feedback and peer reviews. High potential employees are those who are not only performing well today, but also have the capacity to lead tomorrow. Next, it is also to create personalized development plans for each individual key potential persons. Once the high potential employees are identified, HR then needs to help create personalized development plans for each of them. This is not about HR being directly managing individual development plans for them, but it means creating a framework that empowers managers to be able to do this effectively. HR should provide resources, training opportunities, and mentorship programs that is able to stretch these assignments and challenge the individual to help them to grow into leadership roles. So lastly, one of the responsibilities or the roles that HR can play here is also to track the progress and readiness of individual. HR plays an essential role in monitoring and tracking the progress of the potential leaders. So succession planning is not just a one-time effort, but it is really an ongoing process. HR needs to ensure that the managers are regularly evaluating their team members, providing feedback, and adapting development plans as needed. This ongoing oversight will then ensure the succession plan and talent development plans remains aligned with the organization goals and prepare leaders for future challenges. So now that we've discussed all the importance of the leadership development as well as HR's roles in this process, let me now share how organizations can actually effectively leverage on tools like HRIQ to streamline and optimize the process of developing their talent and succession planning. With the key points in mind, having the right tool is essential because it has the needs of tracking end-to-end process of every development of a talent, the skill sets and competencies required of a talent, and also measurement of top talents. HRIQ Talent Suite is designed to help organizations like yours to seamlessly manage these crucial processes and to ensure succession planning and talent development is not only strategic but also can be efficient. Firstly, it is as basic as understanding what kind of skills does the organization require so that the right output and the overall company success can be maintained. You will need to know what are the various roles that the organization requires, what kind of dependencies do you have on each of the roles so that you will be able to plan more effectively. HRIQ supports a competency-based training process. It allows you to configure different job positions, different job grades, to have different sets of skills requirement, and also the skills level required. You are able to then allow employees to do self-assessment or to allow the department managers to assess the skill sets of every individual. This then allows the stakeholders to define what kind of skills are required. Many a times our customers would look for a professional consultant to develop a skills framework for their company so that can be streamlined to focus on the skill sets, customized skill sets that's required for their company alone. Another method is that you could also look at internally discuss that with your leaders to come up with to develop that skills framework that is designed specific to your industry. Many a times, that's why training and development team is being created so that you'll be able to target on specific skill sets that's required for individual departments. So they're dedicated to focus on this area and not just managing the administration part of it. After understanding what kind of skills and competencies are required for the various positions and their different roles, HR can structure internal process to advocate on employees' development plans. So in HRIQ, through the competency framework, that's where the individual will be able to look at what kind of skills are required, and this year what would be my focus point. Individually, they will be able to develop a customized individual development plan based on the 70-20-10 rule methodology. It can based on it can be based on 70% on the job learning, 20% on the mentorship or coaching process, and 10% based on training courses. This, in our system, you'll be able to define where it is applicable, customized to what your organization requires. So you can create different types of programs that is relevant to you, whether is it on the job training, in the factory, from actual practical processes, or up to or whatever process or that you will have internally to manage the learning programs of your staff. With that, the employee can actually look at their individual development plan and have it planned out together with their line manager so that it is aligned with the department goals. In addition to that, HRIQ can also manage the training administration part of it, where it captures all the real-time records of training data. It allows the employees to run through approving workflow to have training courses approved. It also helps to manage the training budget, training bonds, if any, and if there's any subsidies to be recorded. It also handles things like the training feedback form, training post-evaluation form, and also to close off the loop to manage the updated competency skill sets level of every individual based on the assessment of the supervisors. Finally, you can also then have a real-time reporting structure, consolidated data reporting, so that as a company, you will have all this data in place to know more detail of how much training hours has been spent, how much training dollars has been spent for your management reporting purpose. Next, in order to also know who are your top potential employees, first you need to know how you could come up with ways to measure top talents. In HRIQ, we allow our customers to measure their top talents through the use of talent potential competencies. So again, similar to the skills, to the job competencies, you are also able to then identify, based for the talent to be identified as a talent, for employees to be identified as talent, what are some of the competencies and skill sets does the talent and leaders should have? With that being identified, you are able to then set the talent competencies and look at all your employees within the organization. You are then able to, based on the talent competencies, to identify and measure where do they stand comparing based on the talent competencies that you have identified that's relevant to your organization. Next, you are also able to, based on a certain questionnaire, to understand talent's aspiration. So of course, to understand talent aspiration is not just filling up a form. You should also encourage your managers to have that dialogue session with the employee to so that they will be engaged, and you will be able to understand the aspiration and wishes of your every individual employee, so that you can align your plans accordingly with that in mind as well. In HRIQ, we based on talent potential. We put together your normal day-to-day performance rating, all right, of the every individual. So based on the 9-week box methodology, you'll be able to understand your talent pool, how many of them are performing very well each time and also have scoring of very high potential rating. Or who are some of the employees that may not be performing very well at the moment, but they are identified with high potential ratings in the organization, so that you can actually spend more time in focusing on these employees. They may be the next up and coming the employees that you can groom to be a top leader. So with that, we give you a holistic view of your talent profile. So this is a consolidated talent profile with all that's been happening in with the employee. Things like when did the employee join? How long have the employee been with the company? What kind of critical positions or what kind of critical programs that has been assigned to this employee? What are the opportunity that has been given to them? What are the performance so far year on year? And what are some of the training courses or succeeding roles that is being planned for this individual? So you could see everything about the employee profile, the talent profiling in a single suite, in a single view. You are also able to allow stakeholders to have a purview of this so that they will be able to make quicker decisions as they go along. After understanding how you can measure top talent, it is then now understanding internal competencies that you have so that you will be able to then plan for your next action to take on whether it's in talent development or succession planning. So within the system, you can use all the data because this system here handles all your day-to-day HR process and functions, handles all your tracking of the join date, years of service of the employees in the organization, handles the training courses and the other leadership coaching programs or on OJT programs that is being put to the development plan of this employee. So with all this data that you have, now you are then able to see who have been with you in the organization for a long time. Where do each of these employees, what is their aspiration? What kind of skill sets do they have? And what is crucial for the company? We will not just be only looking at job title, job grades, and processes. We will be looking at a more holistic view of every employee, every individual, so that you will be able to plan for the development plans as well as succession planning for critical roles. With that, you can set the different criteria and you can then plan for individuals to take over potential positions. So with that, you can also then identify critical roles so that you have you identify critical roles that the company should be focusing on, not just on the C-suite or leadership roles, but also on the other positions that are crucial that for the organization. So like we mentioned earlier on, if today there's any technical positions that will be impactful to the organization when they are left vacant, these are the second set of positions that you should be focusing more on, and be ready to always have the second level and third level employees to take over such roles so that your business will not be impacted. So with HRIQ succession planning, you are able to identify which are these crucial roles, and you will be able to then identify the development plans of these crucial roles. So these crucial roles and who are the successor that will be taking over these roles. You are able to plan the individual development plan for these successors. All right, and you can definitely have more than 1, 2, or 3, so that you can have a few people at the same time, and grooming these people to take on such roles. In HRIQ succession planning, this is an integral function to all the other HR, the training and development features. So things like you'll be able to see side by side what kind of skill sets does this position have, comparing to the other position, the successor, what are some of the skill sets that is missing from this person. So you can have things like maybe a 3-year plan for the secondary person to take on to learn OJT through coaching programs, etc., so that they will be able to upskill to the same level of these other crucial position, so that at any one time, if ever any position, crucial roles that's being left vacant, you have ready pool of talents that can take over this position readily. It helps to map together with the performance appraisal system as well, so that you will be able to know how year on year, how is your talent pool performing? Are they performing well? Are they too busy with all the training programs, which then impact their own performance scores due to not able to meet that KPI? So is there a reason for you to, pave out a little bit more and not stress out too much of the talent? So all this strategic analysis will come from HR team together with the leaders. So in our system, we put all this data together for you so that it's easy for you to make decisions. So with that, lastly, I think we also have one of these key features that we want to share so that you will be able to be more productive in knowledge transfer. Through our employee learning, you'll be able to create customized courses materials that is customized to your own organization. So you can create unique courses, information, so that you will be able to share this across to new employees, to different departments, readily and effectively. So you only need to create the content once, all right? And it can be transferable to across the organization. You do not have to have somebody physically running through each and every knowledge transfer. It can be a more effective manner for you to share information across the organization. Using this tool, you also be able to then create quizzes and assessments just so that to ensure that your learning points and contents are transferred effectively to the new learner. And it is also allowing them to to actually learn more of other functions that is not only to their department. So the kind of training courses, the kind of content that you want to design and share across your organization, it's flexible and can be customizable based on your wish. Utilizing this tool called the Microsoft PowerPoint. So PowerPoint is a great tool where everybody knows how to use this tool. So creating of content, sharing of all these knowledges within the organization is made easy. So you do not need to learn a new software in order to create a content. It doesn't build up the hurdle for you to be creating of documentation of all these course materials, all right? And it can then effectively helps you as an organization to transfer this information within the team. This tool allows you to create courses that are SCORM compliant so that we are able to then track the progress of the completion of every individual effectively. Certain materials that you're sharing with the employee, you can also have gamification functions, certifications that is being released to the employee automatically based on the rules that you set. All right. So in this way, you will then be able to productively share information across the team so that it can help in fostering collaboration within the team and reduce any knowledge gaps in the organizations.